Right.
Going straight in on Boyer, again, because of that whole sprawl, is just difficult. But I like what he was doing with the arm, or the Russian, trying to get to the side and take an angle to take him down. Here's the snap down to the front headlock. Now he'll try to go around to the back. I would have rather seen him try to get to his knees and drag his head in front of his knees to get him to the mat. Boyer breaks free.
Back to a familiar position here. It's been a difficult one for Guthrie. Said just an absolute riddle to figure out in Josh Boyer how to get him off his feet.
And I'm sure Gunnick knows once he gets him to the ground, I believe Gunnick's going to have the athleticism and speed to, possibly get around his guard fairly quickly, but getting him there is problem number one. It's a big one.
Yeah, step one. Cannot skip step one.
Under 2 minutes to go here in this 6-minute match.
Controlling that center position, again going off to that Russian. I think that Russian and that front headlock are going to be Gunnick's way to get him to the ground. But Boyer well aware, in on that single. Boyer to the front head now.
Excellent awareness on the sprawl there from Boyer. Didn't allow that to happen, and we're right back to the position. Now you can see Gunnick kind of trying for that toss.
That would have been impressive if he would have been able to get his hips through on that.
Yeah, it's something you're really going to have to commit to.
Yeah. And understand the risk reward is a minute to go.
As you said, such a difficult riddle to figure out, right? I mean, just how to get through this.
Well, Gunnick's not being casual about it. You see, I mean, he's attacking. I like his forward pressure. It's just he's got double underhooks a couple times. Boyer's just such a big body. It's hard to do anything with those.
And having a wrestling and judo base background as well as jiu-jitsu just makes it even more difficult to get underneath or move the base.
Boyer is simultaneously the irresistible force and the immovable object.
He keeps trying to go through. He almost was able to get off on the angle there, but that's going to put Boyer in these double overs again. See if he tries it again. See, Boyer's got to understand too. He misses that. I know that's going through his head. As he's not able to keep those double unders and tries it again. He ends up with Gunnick on top of him.
Final seconds here in this 6-minute match. It's been a whole lot of fighting in this position right here, with Gunnick just being unable to figure out the riddle that is Josh Boyer.
Thank God Fury's got this big mat. I wouldn't want to want these two guys too close to the edge.
Got to be a frustrating night for Gunnick, who was doing a lot of great things. But
well, biggest action of the night right here was just double under throw. Boyer winds up on top, but Gunnick eventually does a real good job of frame and stand up. And then here, green corner, Gunnick just attacking. Tries a single, nothing doing. He tries snapping Boyer down. Tries a single again right there. But as you said, Jay, just judo, jiu-jitsu. His balance is too good. But Gunnick, man, he was going for it. He was really trying to solve that problem.
Gave it his best shot. Let's take it over to Jason Leader final and get the judge's decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by decision, out of the red corner, Josh Boyer.
Who can stop big Josh Boyer?
Respect between the two once again. You said it's just difficult. I mean, Gunnick, you can see him just kind of shrugging, going, I don't know what to do. I tried. I mean, how are you supposed to take this man down?
And he tried everything. He tried Russians, he tried the snaps, tried to get the front head, tried going through him, tried throwing. He tried everything. Boyer just it was his night, man. He was ready to roll from that top position.
Just an absolute mountain of a man that was difficult to get off his feet. He had that beautiful takedown as well that earned him the judge's nod. Great work there from Josh Boyer.
I'm excited about this next one.
We got a great one coming up next. We'll keep the action going. This next one will be at 195 pounds. Let's get our next two athletes heading to the mat.
This following bout is scheduled for one 6-minute round and is brought to you by Few Will Hunt. Out of the green corner, representing Revolution, RMNU. Out of Nottingham, Pennsylvania, Donnie Ortega.
Ortega making his way to the mat. Jay, fill us in.
Yeah, purple belt out of Revolution Fight Team. Again, another local competitor. This Revolution Fight Team, you're going to see their name a lot tonight. again, good wrestling base, good groundwork, very well-rounded grappler. But man, he's got his hands full.
No question about it. And when CM Punk says he's excited, no disrespect to Donnie Ortega, but I bet it might have something to do with this man.
And his opponent out of the red corner, representing Marquez MMA and Daniel Gracie Fight Team from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Itsu Babuliais.
Every time.
Every single time.
It's always different, and I love it.
Punk, we've seen this man several times in the CFFC cage. Now we're going to see him on the Fury mats as well.
Yeah, and that's why I'm excited. I mean, we've seen him grow as a mixed martial artist in the cage, you know, watching his amateur career and watch him as he develops as a striker. And we can see what he can do against somebody who is solely a jiu-jitsu competitor.
I like it. It's kind of a tease for what we're going to see on our main card on UFC Fight Pass, 9 p.m. Eastern. We've got a lot of MMA crossover on our main card, and we're seeing a little tease of that right now with Itsu Babuliais against Donnie Ortega. I like that Babuliais rash guard there as well.
Yeah, really
it's got
nice,
some style.
right? Yeah, it's really cool seeing all these MMA guys doing these crossovers with Fury. It's just really, really fun and nice to see these guys, moving to something new like this, like grappling. I'll tell you, these grapplers in the Northeast are very, very excited to have these opportunities to share a stage with guys like these.
Yeah, I love seeing the crossover as well. It's a challenge for the MMA fighters, to say the least, because they're going in with these specialists. But it's also an opportunity for these specialists to get viewed by a different audience. These grapplers that do such a great job, but don't always get a chance to get seen by some of this more mainstream. These crossover events really allow for that to happen.
We'll talk about it a lot more, especially on the main card on Fight Pass, but there's a big difference in grappling for MMA and grappling for grappling.
Babuliais pushes forward and gets the takedown. He'll take top position. Ortega was very comfortable settling to his back, I believe.
Yeah, now here's where I think you'll see the biggest difference between the MMA guys and the Jiu-Jitsu guys, especially from this top position, where you're going to see a guy like Itsu, who's going to be a very much heavier pressure passer, where you'll see the Jiu-Jitsu guys are going to be more of standing passing, not so much caring about the leg entanglements that they can get into off the passes. But I think these MMA guys like Itsu, how you're seeing here, that heavy pressure passing. And I'm going to tell you, that shuts down a lot of new age jiu-jitsu, a lot of new jiu-jitsu. This heavy pressure passing system really shuts it down.
Great to see Ortega there, right? He's under a lot of head pressure, but he just looked over at this guy. Oh, yeah, I see it. I got it. Don't worry.
Yeah, he was trying to look for that lockdown on that far side, and Itsu did a beautiful job of leg pummeling himself right to mount.
And as you said, still keeping that pressure heavy up top.
Yeah, controlling the upper body, heavy shoulder pressure onto the chin, turning the head. See him grapevining with the leg.
Well, this is where that heavy pressure comes into play a lot. I mean, Ortega not showing a lot of urgency in trying to get Babuliais off him, but he's just got to feel that pressure. He's got to know. Like, I'm sure he's waiting for him to maybe relent, maybe go for an arm or something like that.
Yeah, the way he's trapped right now, I'm going to be honest, it must feel like Babuliais is 1,000 pounds on top of him, because his
100%.
hips haven't been able to elevate even to make space. You see him trying to move a bit with the upper body, but you see how Babuliais even just finger walks that arm up.
Yep, I like that.
It's crazy how well that works in elevating, and you see him going under the elbow. He's trying to either trap for a head and arm or maybe look to go to the back if he gets Ortega to turn.
Ortega's just trying to use that forearm to frame Babuliais away.
A little close to the edge there, obviously, so we're going to restart in the center.
I think Ortega is trying everything he can to get an inch of space that Itsu is not going to just voluntarily give him. Look at him double grapevining the legs, too. Again, it's not something you really see in jiu-jitsu. They more keep their knees in tight, riding high or up.
Right. Whereas Itsu, MMA guy, he wants to be here and he wants his hips heavy, and more oftentimes than not, when he gets in this position, he's throwing punches. He's looking for elbows.
Tried to set up that choke there, but Ortega felt it, got that left arm free.
Took Ortega a while to create that space, but he finally did, and then it immediately hit, so just right back down to pressure.
Stepped rolls over for the armbar.
Very nice job of slipping the fulcrum there. Just pulled his arm, slipped his elbow out, but again, so like Itzo is just so on the prowl to follow you to that next spot that he's going to end up right back on top.
Yeah, but Ortega's in a better spot now. He's got, well, half guard now.
Much better spot, but I bet he wishes he'd have been able to get on top or back to his feet. You know, Babalatse did a good job of reestablishing the position.
Yeah, as soon as his arm elbow had fallen past the hips, Itzo just immediately jumped up and started chasing. See him trying to push those knees together so he can get that right leg all the way free.
We gonna call this quarter mount?
Yeah.
Still got his foot trapped.
Has that leg
Now he's
right
out.
on.
Full
Yeah.
mount.
Oh man, Ortega should have moved with a bit more urgency when he had that bit of space. I know it seemed like such a minute amount of time, but as you can see how quickly that time diminishes into heavy, heavy pressure. Now you see him trapping that far arm, which is another good way. You'll see Itzo come underneath to grab that far arm.
Oh, he's trying to get this Americana. Ortega underneath, grimacing in pain.
Oh, put the crank on that arm. You can see the angle there. He's looking for
He's
it.
got it down to the hip.
Don't be a hero.
Tap.
Gets the tap.
Wow. Excellent work from Babalatse. Chalk
shoulder
one up
locks.
for the MMA guys.
Shoulder locks make me so nervous. Just tap. Oh.
Great technique by Babalatse too, man. Good control, brought that thing down to the hip. What a fun match. I hope Babalatse does some more grappling. I like watching this guy.
That was fun to see. I mean, you called it. It was that heavy pressure, but he ultimately worked it into a submission. Great work there. We'll take a look at some of that action.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at what started this show right here. This nice single leg takedown by Itzo, and he wastes no time, moves straight to mount, does a lot of cool little things like that finger walk you're talking about, Jay. He's looking for submissions the whole time. He's dominant the whole time right here, going for an arm bar. Nice escape by Ortega, but Itzo's relentless, winds up right back on top, and then after isolating an arm, he's going for the Americana, and Ortega's trying to tough it out. He's doing what he can, and that's just ugly. Americana wins it.
Beautiful work there from Babalatse. Let's take it over to Jason Liederfine and get the time of the submission.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission at 5 minutes, 24 seconds. Out of the red corner, Itzo Babalatse.
Every time, CM Punk.
Yep.
The man has more pronunciations of his name than he has submission attacks, but he got the win there. Great work for the MMA guy, and great sportsmanship there from Donnie Ortega as well. Fun match. And again, kind of a preview of what we're going to see on our main card tonight. Fight Pass, 9 p.m. Eastern. A lot of MMA crossover tonight. Let's get our next two athletes heading to the mat.
Oh, it's Kurt Angle. Look out.
The following bout is scheduled for one 6-minute round and is brought to you by RK Chevrolet. Out of the green corner, representing the Vault, BJJ. From Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, Max Livingston.
Max Livingston, not Kurt Angle. but he's got the music anyway. Jay, what can you tell us about Max Livingston?
Yeah, local guy here from a very competitive school called the Vault. He's one of the instructors over there, and he's been on pretty much every big stage when it comes to competing. For a guy that's only a purple belt, he's put some time in on the mats.
Fantastic. We'll see what we can do on the Fury Pro Grappling mat. Let's meet his opponent.
His opponent, out of the red corner, representing Sarah BJJ. From Long Beach, New York, Michael Neveretti.
Well, Jay, the MMA fans won't need much introduction to the Sarah BJJ Academy. Well, what can you tell us about this athlete here?
So Navarrete, one of the fourth stringers, one of the Sarah BJJ guys. I'll tell you, the Sarah BJJ, not only known for their MMA, their jiu-jitsu up there is top-notch. I'm talking like one of the top schools in the Northeast for BJJ. So to see these Sarah guys on here tonight, this is going to be really fun.
Very cool to see as we carry things on here again. 6 minutes on the clock. Oh. Got to be suited up.
Livingston, even with a wrestling background, tends to pull guard a lot.
All right, we'll see if that's the strategy here.
Livingston in the white and blue black.
Beat him to it.
Oh, he did.
He did some scouting.
At least it wasn't a double pull.
Yeah.
Always good to see.
We don't allow that in Fury Pro Grappling. We just end the match right there.
Navarrete staying squared off too, not like choosing one side or the other. You see him scooting forward. Livingston not stepping in either. You see him looking to, he's not just going to step into the guard and try to push back. You see him looking to time his entry.
A lot of healthy respect there. You don't want to give him your leg.
And both well versed in leg locks too. Just don't want to give it to him. It's unnecessary.
Livingston moves in there, but does settle into the guard.
Navarrete immediately breaking that posture down, rising that guard up higher. You see him even grabbing for that shin. You wonder if he's going to go with a higher, like rubber guard type style. Livingston fighting, hands inside to try to posture himself up.
Hard to do when you got a left hand clamped on your neck like that.
Yeah, and the way Navarrete's turning as well, I'm wondering if when Livingston does go to posture up, he's being a little more cautious for a guard that's been a little more popular nowadays called K-guard. And it just looked like the angle that Navarrete was taking, I'm wondering if he's a little hesitant in posturing right up to have his leg attacked immediately.
I think you can tell.
Yeah,
I think you can tell the game plan of Navarrete is to go for a leg, the way he's trying to underhook either side.
Yeah, and you'll see him drop that knee to the mat and then try to circle that other leg around if he does get that underhook. But the thing is, Livingston is well aware of what he's trying to do and is doing a good job of keeping his posture to position where he negates that.
So if we see another 4 minutes of this and you're a judge, how do you score it? You know, Navarrete is obviously trying to attack. He's trying to attack legs, but Livingston has the position. Yeah,
me personally, I'd give the decision to Navarrete for attempting, forcing him into having to defend what he's doing, even though he was from that bottom position.
There's the inversion right there.
He was just waiting for some space.
It looked like he was trying to set up a triangle too, Livingston.
Which is big off that K guard. When you can drop to the leg, they posture up, the triangle's there.
Navarrete with the flexibility in the guard there, that wide open guard making it difficult to get past for Livingston.
Yeah, he's trying to invite Livingston down to his knees to enter this guard here, but I don't think Livingston's going to bite. Livingston trying to pull down on the head to get past.
Did so briefly, but look at the roll from Navarrete.
Yeah, Livingston's trying to make it work.
Yeah, he's got to get some kind of upper body control so that that leg airs that triangle you were talking about off that K guard. Now you see him, now he's off on the shoulder, does lock off that trap triangle. Ooh, reverse triangle here, and he's got a good angle on this. Reverse triangles are kind of hard to finish because it's hard to get the angle you need on it. As you can see, Livingston driving his shoulders back through here.
And when you say reverse triangle for the people at home, you generally mean the leg is on the wrong side of the neck.
Correct.
Yeah.
The figure 4 is at the neck and not at the shoulder.
Yes.
Now you see him moving off to an omoplata here, but Livingston did a good job. You see his left hand, he was able to kind of pull that out, but he does have to watch him a bicep slicer here because Navarrete looks like he was able to thread one of his arms through.
Yeah, Livingston did a good job, as you said, of staying out of the omoplata. That left arm is still in trouble right now.
Yeah, see Navarrete trying to move down the body here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a leg entry, and that's why he's trying to grab his hip.
Nice work there.
Nice, good timing by Livingston.
Just an inch of space to work with. He got free, but he got free back to this position, which has been incredibly difficult for him to move past so far.
Hell of a guard on that Navarrete, huh?
Right?
He's not letting him pass for nothing.
Little slip there from Livingston.
Stays squared off in center too. That way, no matter which side Livingston is going to, he's kind of ready to attack that side so he's not caught lazy on one hip or the other. There's this K guard and there's the triangle setup.
Quick work there this time from Navarrete. And it's Livingston just didn't have a lot of options. He just said, like, I've got to go engage. I'm running out of time, and there's really not a whole lot I can do.
Well, so far Livingston has the defense for everything Navarrete is doing to him, right? Like every time he goes for that triangle, he realizes he's got to get both his hands inside.
Yes, he's even preventatively recognizing what Navarrete's trying to do, but the problem is that you're on the defensive end of stopping what somebody's trying to do offensively. And there's that K guard again. He tries to jump over top. He's going to look for a leg entry off the K.
Livingston with great defense again, but he's just never really able to get anything going for his own attack.
And Navarrete is so good at making sure that he ends up in some kind of positive guard position where he's not ending up in, flattened out in a half guard.
Every time he gets there, he's working for submissions. He's working to attack.
It's got to be a frustrating match for Livingston, who has responded to everything very well, but it's just been on defense the entire time.
And that happens once that offensive cycle starts from somebody. It's hard to get out of it because as you're posturing up, you get somebody Navarrete. Now Navarrete's going to turn it into a sweep here at the end of the match.
It's like who's first, right?
Yeah.
Whoever goes first a lot of the times. And I see that in numerous jiu-jitsu competitions that I go to. It's just, a lot of people, when you're first, you get that first grip, first one on the legs, first one who's got the hips. Like, more oftentimes than not, you're winning. But Livingston right here.
Going for broke.
Yeah, doesn't have great control here, but does have
Gave
the toe
it a
hold
shot,
on.
look at
Yes,
that.
he did.
I like the attack.
He had it at the end. If he had a few more seconds to work with, that would have gotten really interesting.
So now it just got interesting here at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Very interesting for the judges.
I mean, that was the closest we came to finishing the match as we watched the replays.
Yeah. And we see this throughout the whole match right here. This is pretty much the story. Livingston on top, Navarrete on the bottom. There was a lot of great scrambles. Livingston's defense on point. You see, he knows what Navarrete's trying to do. Right here, very interesting position where there was almost an omoplata. Livingston creates a scramble and escapes out of this. Trust me, he does it. It's right here.
There it was.
But can't wind. He almost winds up in side control. But Navarrete's guard is just too good. Both guys at the end of the match here fighting for a leg. And Livingston looked like he had a good position on one. Looked like he had a toe hold wrapped up just as the bell rang.
It gets interesting. Was that enough for Livingston to steal it? We'll take it over to Jason Liederfine and find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by decision. Out of the red corner, Michael Navarrete.
Jay, probably the right call there, right? I mean, look, it did get interesting. I think that toe hold at the end did make it interesting, right? But it was a whole lot of Michael Navarrete.
For sure. I think Navarrete's offense from the bottom position throughout the match. And then, not for nothing, that sweep right before the submission was probably the biggest move that happened in the match.
Yeah, interesting stuff there, but it just goes to show you the importance of pushing till the end. Max Livingston did that. Let's get our next two athletes walking to the mat and keep things going.
The following bout is scheduled for 1 6-minute round and is brought to you by FightDoctors.com. Representing 302 BJJ from Wilmington, Delaware, John Mabry.
Big John Mabry at 6 foot 4 inches tall. Jay, what can you tell us about him?
Yeah, you know his corner, right? He's 302 BJJ out here with Earl Small Trouble. Man, this is a match of crafty veterans. Small and Chris Hill, a couple older guys, but very technical and very well versed in competition.
Check it out tonight. Let's see what he brings to it. Let's meet his opponent this evening.
His opponent out of the red corner, representing Martinez BJJ from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Chris Hall.
You teased him there, and you see some familiar cornermen there as well, accompanying to the mat.
Big Dawkins, not to be confused with Bigger Dawkins.
Yeah, Hill's a training partner of the Dawkins brothers out of Martinez BJJ. He's actually a purple belt under jiu-jitsu phenom Kyle Baim. Again, you can see these guys have made it past 30, but still are very active competitors.
All right, looking forward to this one. Two well-liked teams here, well-established teams here. Could be a fun one.
Oh, and Hill sits. Favor into that right side. 2-1. Immediately trying to off balance and control Mabry from that butterfly position.
Shakes the arm free there and resets a little bit.
Yeah, going to try to go to deep half. So he clamps both hands around that leg. He's going to try to stretch him out and actually go flat on his back to kind of split the legs of Mabry. Yeah, look for that sweep, yeah. Now Mabry's well aware, and obviously him anchoring under the head like that's going to make him pulling his body weight forward. That's it. Hill loses that cross face across his face, is able to get a little bit better position to get underneath. See him trying to drag him to top. Mabry doing a good job of keeping his base wide and sitting back.
Trying to switch it back the other way.
Oh, Hill's going for it. He's trying.
Mabry's going to try to attack that far arm. Yeah, he's got this split here. Now I'm going to tell you, this is called an electric chair, and you could sweep with it or you could submit with it. And I'll tell you, you get the right angle on this, and that pressure gets really bad really quick.
I was going to say, it looked like he wasn't going for the sweep.
Right? and know that there's a heavy reap on the back leg as well, and he's going to use it to sweep, take top position. Very good work from Chris Hill.
Executed to perfection there, and now he gets to set up in top position and work from there.
Oh, look at this. He stands up and sits back down and will give Mabry top position again.
Interesting choice there.
I'm impressed at how fast Chris Hill's head turned back to a normal color, because it was bright purple about 2 seconds ago.
Look at this guy trying to spin underneath to invert and almost catches that Kimura on the way over. Oh, Mabry looking for a toe hold. Told you, these crafty veterans know what they're doing.
No question. It's been a fun match early on. Close to the edge here. Let's see if anybody backs away or they just keep engaging right there.
Yeah. Maybe Mabry should circle to the outside. There you go, circle to have to push him back to that side.
To the back.
Yeah, I can restart in here soon. Push them back to
Mabry
center.
just wants to push him off the side there.
Push him into the front row. You get a point for that, right?
He's probably got.
Whoa!
Yeah, there we go. Now they'll get back to center.
Nice awareness from our official there to reset things just as they were about to topple off the side. Nearing in on the halfway mark of this match. It's been interesting so far. Let's go ahead and start there from the neutral position.
Mabry still from his feet. This is what I was talking about, is a difference from the MMA guys, where if this was two 220-pound MMA guys, there's that inversion off to that far leg again. Mabry recognizes, keeps his posture back, hips back. Where they don't take that pressure style, where they take a style where posture and stances.
Yeah, it's more finesse, right?
Yeah, much more.
I don't know if more technique is the word, but it looked like it.
He was thinking about it.
Maybe trying to bust a cartwheel out there.
He was thinking about it.
Do a backflip.
Hill continues to work from that seated position. He's been effective there. Still interested in his decision once he got to the top to go back and reset to this position.
Stand up and go back to this position. Maybe he was confident in sweeping and feels like he can, gain points in the judge's eyes through the sweeping. Maybe may have felt like he was going to maybe sweep him right back. And
yeah.
I don't know. It's anything I can think of for the guys at this size to be immediately standing up and pulling back the guard. You see him trying to go for it again. He's trying to go for the underhook, but I don't think Mabry's going to.
It was such an excellent execution of techniques to get to that position to then immediately abandon it. It's a little bit of a head scratcher for me. Except like you said, if he just wants to be in this position, maybe he felt he could go back to it and get the submission the second time around.
Yeah, maybe he saw an opening on the Kimura, or maybe a leg lock, or thought that electric chair was pretty close to finishing the first time. But again, I think Mabry is just understands he's not going to let himself get back there again. Now he's looking at that Kimura on the far side, or at least he's overhooking that far side.
Yeah, isolating that left arm.
Yeah, now he's got that lockdown again from that bottom position, does Hill, and that's where he's trying on the legs to the inside and trying to hook that leg to
he's still going for that same maneuver.
Yes, he is. Now this time he's going over. He's trying to look for a leg lock on that far leg. He's going to get over. He was looking for a knee bar. Now he's into a cross ashi inside Senkaku position with both legs strapped. Now I'm going to tell you, as far as leg lock goes, Hill has pretty much the creme de la creme, the best position you can have, which is known as double trouble, where he has both legs trapped with an inside leg triangle.
Gerald Meerschaert is the devil when it comes to this, so he can underhook that far leg and almost crush your one shin against the other and get you to tap for a bunch of different reasons.
Mabry did a great job of working out of that position, but he's under a minute remaining. Mabry's going to have to do something special here.
Yeah, really did. Mabry did a great job of getting out of that. It was a very dangerous position he was in and was able to work himself free and back to top position. Hill's just done a good job of not allowing him past this guard. And for a guy that's 220 pounds, now Mabry's going to fall in that toe hold.
Final 30
Does
seconds.
got
Mabry
decent
dove
control
for it.
on that leg.
Left trying to get trouble.
50-50.
Oh, you know Hill doesn't want to tap.
Oh,
He gets that foot free. Mabry to the back from Turtle here.
wow, that was tense moments there for a match that he'd been in complete control of. He's going to go for the choke at the end here.
Look
Is
at
the arm
this, and
under?
Mabry is on it. He's got good control here. Man, Mabry might have stole this match in that last minute.
I love it. You know,
Wow.
you could see right away, he knew he'd been in some difficult positions, but the final 30 seconds, he hears that and immediately starts going on the attack. It's a great work.
So it was a lot like our
From
last
Mabry.
match, right?
Yeah.
Where one guy was possibly dominating, and then with short time remaining, I mean, Mabry just pulled that out of his bag of tricks. And you're right. Let's see what the judges think. But I do think Mabry might have stole this one right at the end.
Unbelievable. Well, we've got the scores in. As you said, a great finish there for Mabry of a match that Hill had been in charge of. Let's take it over to Jason Liederfine to find the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by decision, out of the green corner, John Mabry.
Wow, you guys nailed it. He stole it. What do you guys think?
Good. Wow. Yeah, that last attack. Now, listen, he was on top the whole time. He did get swept, but he came back and he was pushing forward the whole time. But getting to that dominant position of the back, getting that choke in at the end, pulled it away for him.
Credit to Mabry, just not giving up, staying with it, pushing to the end, taking home a victory. Let's get our next athletes on the mat.
The following bout is scheduled for one 5-minute round and brought to you by Few Will Hunt. Representing the Vault BJJ from Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, Colin Cronin.
Colin Cronin out of the Vault BJJ. Jay?
Yeah, blue belt under Matt Kelly out of the Vault. Again, the Vault, newer academy to this area, but the amount of competitors and talent they have been putting out has been unreal under Coach Matt Kelly and Julian Brown. Team's really been showing that they're ready for any stage, man.
Love it. Developing the talent. Let's meet his opponent tonight.
His opponent out of the red corner, representing Apache Wrestling Club from Wrightstown, New Jersey, Wayne Stinson Jr.
Wayne Stinson foregoing the rash guard tonight.
Yeah, Apache Wrestling Club, head coach at Pennsbury High School for wrestling. So I have a feeling that he's not going to pull guard. I have a feeling that his students...
I was going to say, you can't face your students the next day. Coach, you pulled guard. What are you doing? Oh, look at this position.
I mean, just a wrestling stance. Like there's two lines out there for them to stand on.
Yeah, immediately in on the single.
And I don't think that was a surprise to Cronin either. I'm sure he was expecting that. Got himself the butterfly, which is going to be a pretty safe position against a wrestler.
Oh, and immediately right leg on the shoulder.
Yeah, and you see Stinson trying to posture himself, and he does.
Good job of trying to pass. You get through the trouble, and you're in trouble again.
Oh, he is triangled up and has that arm trapped. If he looks for a Kimura here from that position, Cronin, where he has that triangle set up.
Yeah, he's got that triangle, and you gotta believe Cronin's going to hold this position. He's not going to squeeze too hard just yet. Doesn't want to burn his legs out. He's looking to his coaches.
There's the Kimura. Oh, he's going to turn this into an arm bar from here and give up the triangle position. He does have it fairly straight here.
Oh,
elevation.
wow, trying to slam out of it.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to slam. So what he did was he elevated and he let go. So technically you're not allowed to slam, but also that wasn't a slam.
It's risky.
It was risky. Yes,
risky.
it was. Yeah. But he's a wrestler, and I expect that.
That scared me.
Right? But you see that forward pressure, how it's playing into Cronin's game, where he is able to trap that head and arm fairly easily because of the forward pressure of Stinson. And this is where you're going to see now a hesitation probably from Stinson in moving forward.
Yeah, interesting. That was Cronin that kind of dove forward for the takedown, ended up settling on his back, but he was the one, as you said, engaging and moving forward.
Stinson circling around, trying to get to the back here, held on to the head. was Cronin. And again, even still, look at Stinson's not pushing forward like in a crazy way here. Now he is. Now he's pushed him to his back with head and arm positioning.
Best opportunity so far for
Yeah,
him.
but he doesn't have this.
And he's going to give it back taken here.
He's got a headlock.
That single butterfly was in from Cronin and allowed them all the way around to his back.
Did you see the look on the face? Oh, the swag.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Cronin is very relaxed in the fire, and then he comes up with that grin right there, like, nah, was never worried.
He knew that butterfly hook was going to give him what he needed to pass the head by to get to the back. And you see him with back control, but controlling across the body to the far arm, the Kimura. So he's controlling the far hip and the far shoulder opposite from each other. Makes it very difficult to escape and really start to open up the neck like you see here.
Yeah, Stinson Jr., the wrestler, probably going for what I would say is a wrestler's favorite submission, that head and arm, and he went all in on it without fully having it. And it looks like he's going to tap.
Yeah, he did. Wow, he thought about it for a little bit. Obviously didn't want to give up the submission, but stuck there, and the squeeze was coming in. And impressive work there from Cronin.
Very impressive. Very calm. We're going to take a look at some of this action we were talking about. Right here is the finish, and you see him. He's got his left arm underneath the chin, and he's trying to go old school. He's trying to hide his right hand behind the head. Stinson Jr.'s got nowhere to go. He's thinking about it, and there's the tap. Hell of a win.
No question about it. Excellent work there from Cronin. Let's take it over, man. Jason Liederfein, get the time of the submission.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission at 2 minutes, 59 seconds. Out of the green corner, Colin Cronin.
Calm, Punk. You said it right, man. That little look he gave us there. I think at that point you knew this might be a bad night for his opponent. Great
Love
work.
to see it.
Great work there. Let's keep things going here as we work towards our main card on Fight Pass at 9 p.m. Eastern. Let's get our next two athletes walking to the canvas.
The following bout is scheduled for 1 5-minute rounds and brought to you by RK Chevrolet. Out of the green corner, representing the Vault, BJJ from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Zach Elferani.
Vault BJJ once again.
Once again, Matt Kelly's brought a hell of a team with him today. Him and his other coach, Julian Banner. Zach Elferani, blue belt out of the Vault, active competitor on the local scene. I'd expect to see a lot more of what we saw with Cronin. Nice technical, well-rounded jiu-jitsu.
Nice work from his teammate. Let's see if he can keep things going. Let's meet the man that'll be on the other side of the canvas.
His opponent out of the red corner, representing Booth BJJ from Morristown, Tennessee, Griffin Broyles.
He's pumped up, fired up. Jay, what can you tell us about him?
You see that tattoo on the left leg, the USA Wrestling? Guess what? We got another wrestler in the house out of Booth BJJ, training with James Booth and Billy Conway. As you see, even though he's at 155, you see the size of his corners here. He's used to rolling with some big guys. This is going to be a fun one. But I'd look, oh, we're already underway. Look at this.
Wasting zero time.
Already level changing and everything. Broyles definitely the thicker 155.
Yeah. This looks like a totally different weight class,
Right.
both these guys.
I don't think Zach cut. I think Griffin might have had to. But again, we saw what happened when really good technical jiu-jitsu can take on wrestling in that last match.
Okay, you see right now Broyles putting a hand on the head, faking the entries, and then diving forward. Elferani dealt with it very, very well, but boy, it is interesting. The visual size difference between them is striking.
Elferani getting aggressive with those hands.
Got to be careful. We're approaching the slap fight here.
Heavy tie from Broyles. Now the overhook. Let's see what he does with it. Jumps to guard. Yeah, Broyles didn't follow and immediately looking to pass to the right side.
I respect Elferani for trying to make it happen. Does get the fight to the floor.
I do like that Broyles went to the right side. Okay, most jiu-jitsu players, for whatever reason, play to their own right side. So when you immediately start by attacking and trying to pass to the right side, you're usually always throwing your opponent on what's their weaker of the two hips. So I always like that approach from that top position. It's like trying to fight southpaw after a fight. No, and look at that K-guard out to the leg here, looking to pass it over on the backside. Or no, turns it to 50-50. Gets the tap, inside heel hook finish.
I was about to say Griffin needs to get his foot on the mat, and he lifted it up, and he gave Zach Efrenani exactly what he wanted. And what I mean by all that, I'll show you in a second here. We see a nice exchange right here. He needs to plant his right foot. The instant he lifted it up, he gave Zach that heel hook, and Zach, just bit on it like a shark. One more look at it right here. Tremendous technique.
And just the speed of the transition in the attack was unbelievable. Let's take to Jason Lee to find get the time of the submission.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission at 1 minute 45 seconds. Out of the green corner, Zach Efrenani.
Great work there from Efrenani. Back-to-back good looks from the vault.
Right? These jiu-jitsu guys coming after these wrestlers hard today.
It's their kryptonite.
Fun stuff, man. We're going to keep things going here. Fury Professionally Grappling 2. Again, Fight Pass, 9 p.m. Eastern. Let's get the next two athletes heading to the canvas.
The following bout is scheduled for 1 5-minute round and is brought to you by FightDoctors.com. Representing Balance Studios from Ardmore, Pennsylvania, Mia Carter.
Instantly, you see the difference. We're moving to the gi now.
Punk, we get a gi match.
Is this our first gi match of the night?
I think it's our only gi match of the night.
Come on. Give him 20 minutes.
Yeah, blue belt or purple belt under Ricardo Migliarese out of Balance Studios.
Excellent work there. Gi matchup tonight, only one of the night. Let's meet her opponent.
Her opponent out of the green corner, representing Danielle Gracie-Philly from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Molly Dabrowski.
Danielle Gracie-Philly, not a bad academy to be training yet.
Yeah, fresh blue belt here, Molly Dabrowski. What a stage here for these blue belts to do. This is just incredible that they get this opportunity. How cool.
I'm excited. I love gi stuff, and I remember our first grappling show, the first Fury Pro grappling show. Like, we saw a lot of slick
Good
stuff
ones,
in that
yes.
gi. Man, did we see some amazing finishes.
So, yeah, that beautiful no-arm triangle out of the gi. That was a great finish.
Daniel Myra, yeah, that was a really fun match.
All right, 5 minutes. Immediately we have a guard pull there from Zaborowski. Again, they got a lot more to grab onto. Look at the quick transition there.
Right to triangle, pulling down on that head. She's got a good angle here. Let's see if she underhooks or tries to attack the arm. Mia's doing a good job stacking here. Yeah, now the underhook here by Zaborowski. You see that angle. She's almost eliminated the shoulder completely on the far side. Man, Carter is hanging on here. You see her trying to get the second.
Got the tap. How quick was that?
I mean, that was sub 30 seconds, I would say.
Unbelievable work. Hope you enjoyed your gi match, CM Punk.
I did. Molly Zabrowski's not surprised in the least. Well, I mean, supremely confident in her abilities. She does the basics very, very well. She's looking for a sweep right here and then switches immediately to this triangle. And you see her make the proper adjustments, constantly adjusting, pulling the head, adjusting, getting the underhook on the left leg, more adjusting. There's the tap. Hell of a triangle by Molly Zabrowski.
Yes, it was. Let's take it over to Jason Lee to find to get the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission at 35 seconds out of the red corner, Molly Dabrowski.
I mean, you can't do much better than that, especially on a stage like this, can you?
That might be worth a stripe. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, that fake sweep before was really nice. Like, just feinted to that sweep, dropped her position down, and she threw right over for that triangle. That was beautiful.
I like the way she pulled guard, too. It was it was so basic, but so great. You could tell that, like she knows her fundamentals.
Fantastic work there in our lone gi match. We'll switch back to no gi to finish things up here. Let's get our next two athletes walking to the canvas.
The following bout is scheduled for 1 4-minute round and is brought to you by Few Will Hunt. Out of the green corner, representing Paramount BJJ from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, Riley O'Neal.
She's back.
Gets to make her debut right? Earlier in the night, 1-0 here at Fury Pro. Now up here for her second match of the night. This will be in no-gi again.
Seeks to make history, guys. By the way, I don't know if you're aware of this. In the extended history of Fury Professional Grappling, we've never had an athlete win 2 bouts in one night. This is potential history in the making.
And it comes from the youth competitor.
Unbelievable. She's back out there. Let's meet her opponent for the second time tonight.
Her opponent out of the red corner, representing Team Tiano from Montalban, New Jersey, Peyton Brining.
I mean, look at the poise there from the youth. I love it. I mean, I cannot imagine competing on a stage like this. I'd be up there shaking, and she just looks absolutely focused and ready to go in our second youth match of the night. Hey, I guess she got the advantage of maybe getting a little scouting in earlier in the night, you know, something you don't normally get a chance to do. We'll see if it pays dividends for her tonight. Again, our youth division, so it'll be 4 minutes on the clock in this no-gi matchup. You see a little smile there from Riley O'Neill, who was victorious earlier tonight. She'll try to do it again.
She was very aggressive in her first match. Let's see how she comes out here.
Engage right away there, but Brining with the knee up the middle. Smart work there.
Yes!
Oh, come on!
You got your cartwheel. Look at that. Focusing on getting her shoulders below the knees so that she gets a good pass. Good job.
Oh!
Right to a high elbow guillotine. Oh, wow. She is in tight, and she has...
Oh, my goodness!
Yeah, she is in a good position. She almost has a decaparator. If she can block this up here...
A what?
A decaparator.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's go over that. Let's go after that later on tonight, all right?
Oh,
no, that's it.
Part. She's going to get the tap off the arm.
Wow. Frustration there for O'Neill, but we talked about aggression. Boy.
Youth match?
That was intense.
Youth match?
That was
I'm
intense.
scared. Wow.
How good is Fury Pro Grappling like 79 going to be? When, you know, I mean, when we see the youth grow up, I mean, gosh, it is amazing to see that level of jiu-jitsu from athletes that age. Unbelievable
and Riley
stuff there.
fought off a ton, too. Fought off a ton of submissions.
Let's take a look at it. It's good enough to see some of that again.
Yeah, I don't think Riley O'Neill has anything to be ashamed of here. She came out aggressive. She's trying to pull guard like she did in the first match. She gets caught right here with a beautiful cartwheel, which, you know, I'm a big fan of, and she winds up escaping a couple of different great submissions. This high-angle guillotine that it looked like Peyton thought she had all of, and then she switches to guard and locks up an armbar and almost instantaneously gets the submission victory.
My goodness, that was fun. Let's take it over to Jason Liederfein.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission at 40 seconds. Out of the red corner, Peyton Brining.
Jay, these are kids.
That was so violent.
What's a decaparator?
So the decaparator is when you can get that guillotine and actually get around to the back, so it turns into a crank from the back.
Huh.
Yeah.
Almost like a I'm thinking like a dragon sleeper.
Yeah, dragon sleeper.
I'm thinking in terms. Is that what it is?
Yes, it
really?
is.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a dragon sleeper.
All right. Well, you know, decaparator.
Yeah, made popular
Leonardo
by Justin Rader.
decaparator.
Unbelievable work there. We still got 2 more matches to go, so let's get our next 2 athletes to the canvas.
The following bout is scheduled for 1 5-minute round and is brought to you by RK Chevrolet. Representing Sarah BJJ from Merrick, New York, Zane Ashraf.
Sarah BJJ once again. What can you tell us about Zane Ashraf?
Zane Ashraf, competitor on the local scene here, actually up from Long Island, New York. Again, he's part of that Syracuse crew where not only is it strong MMA, but the jiu-jitsu is unreal up there. Trains a lot with Jason Rao. He's also one of the Fourth Stringers interns for the Fourth Stringer podcast. Big jiu-jitsu podcast guys.
They got a lot to live up to after that youth match. Yes, they do. We're going to get shown up. Let's meet his opponent tonight.
His opponent out of the red corner, representing Dante Rivera BJJ from Freehold, New Jersey, Brandon Smith.
Dante Rivera BJJ, a great squad in MMA and a great squad in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Yeah, Smith going shirtless for this one. Again, active competitor. I've had the pleasure of calling a few of his matches here locally. Always brings the heat. I believe he's a bit younger than Zane. I don't believe maybe he's 17, but I feel like Smith might be a little younger than that. But again, these kids, it really doesn't matter anymore. Other than that man strength, their technique's there. Zane sits immediately.
There's your cartwheel,
I
Punk.
love it. I love it. I want to see 2 more.
Favoring to the right side as Ashraf as he scoots forward here. And we see Smith trying to get some upper body control. You see how he goes high-low too, how he'll go head-knee and try to off-balance by pushing the head one way, leg the other way. Now there's the cartwheel again.
He's just got one left for you, Punk.
I feel like he's timing it. I feel like he's timing it off those head snaps to the far side, that each one is going to get closer. Again, Dante Rivera, BJJ, up there in Central Jersey, not only known for jiu-jitsu, but actually really well known in this area for their MMA, as I'm sure you guys see him a lot.
Absolutely. Ashraf tried to invert there briefly.
See him using that inside leg to try to trip to the outside and try to scoot him forward. As Zane, see him take that inside leg and try to hook to the outside. Smith trying to force his way to a more pressured situation.
I just want more cartwheels.
I feel like one more is coming at least. Again, you see how he tries to tie the head and grab the knee at the same time. He's trying to do a little push-pull here.
Can't say enough about these young athletes performing on a stage like this.
Yeah, to execute. Training's one thing. These guys are training with professional athletes, professional fighters constantly. So, it's, that they have the talent isn't as surprising as them be able to come out on a Friday night under the lights and execute this is amazing. And what an opportunity, Almost by again. Zane does a good job. Every time Smith's almost passed, Zane brings his knees so that Smith's shoulders aren't allowed to get below them.
Yeah, it seems like Zane does a really good job of just inverting at the right times and avoiding any kind of trouble.
Yes. Once Smith gets to the side, he needs to force his shoulders down into the hips so that they beat those knees from getting underneath of his shoulders. Easier said than done.
Zane elected to back away and reset there, so we're back to this position. And as you see, he does a good job of moving forward, but Ashraf just makes it very difficult to establish that position.
Now he goes 2-on-1 off the reverse de la Hiva, looking to invert here, and Smith going to chase away to get that leg free.
Smith moves back to the center. Ashraf has to scoot out there with him.
Knee and head again.
Yeah, you'll see him push the head down and then try to push the knee away. Now here's that invert. Now this is where I'd like to see him try to pummel his arms inside to get below the knees.
Wind up in like a north-south position.
Correct, yeah. Okay. Especially with a guy like Zane, it's, getting below his knees is what's going to be the difficult. There's 3.
Bingo card complete. Oh, but the arm is in trouble there briefly. Put himself at risk to please CM Punk.
And heavy on that head
nice
again.
Work.
That time he didn't touch the knee. He went 2 hands to the head, and Zane immediately inverts, gets that knee back inside.
Yeah, I was going to say, Smith had side control for a heartbeat, it looked like there, but Zane quick to regard.
Yeah, he went 2 hands to the upper body that time and was able to get past a lot easier. Now Zane 2-on-1 again, trying to push himself back up here. Now you see him working that left leg inside. Smith back up and out, looking to move forward again. What are we on, last minute here?
Yeah, 1 minute remaining here.
It's where he's had better success was trying to not mess with the leg and go 2 hands on the head. At least it's been his closest options to getting his shoulders lower. And that's probably because that back shoulder doesn't have to catch up. It's not back by the leg, it's up by the head already. There, he catches that arm again off that.
I'd like to see Smith engage a little bit more from that position. Once he's inverted and he's out of danger, I'd like to see him trying to pass that.
Now he gets those shoulders below the
knees. Here, stay, attack.
And fight for that pummel to get underneath from here. Fight from here. I like what you're saying.
Here, the final 30-second warning there.
Look at Zane able to just stay folded in half and push himself free.
Yes.
4. That was probably the most successful one, too. Now, again, he's got to pummel those arms in here if he wants to stay in any kind of position. But you see Zane already trying to scoot his shoulders to a turning position. And he will and get free and almost looking for that arm again.
Interesting, right? Because obviously Smith was engaging. He was the one pushing it. I mean, Ashraf did get to his arm a couple times, but not really an earnest attempt at any type of submission.
For sure. Yeah, this is why I like commentating and not judging.
Yeah, I don't know how you score that one, but I do know we're going to combine a couple of our favorite things here. Sesame Street, the count. How many cartwheels did we get in this match? 1 cartwheel.
2.
Here's the second one. 2 cartwheels. Oh my gosh. 3 cartwheels. Look how happy I am. And then 4 cartwheels. I love it.
You got it. You asked for it. You got
It's
it.
fucking tremendous. I love it.
All right, let's take it over to Jason Leader Fine and get the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by decision, out of the red corner, Brandon Smith.
That seems like the right call to me.
Brandon looks like he's a little
He
confused.
got a little confused. He raised Zane's arm first on accident there, so he was like, what? But he got the win. Nice work. A fun match, though. It really was.
Yeah, for sure. Kept attacking the whole time. Just couldn't get past that guard, but never stopped attacking. Always tried to get there.
Gotta like that. One more match to go in our preliminary card here. Then we'll switch over to UFC Fight Pass at 9 p.m. Eastern. Let's get our last 2 athletes of the prelims heading to the mat.
The following bout is scheduled for 1 4-minute round and is brought to you by FightDoctors.com. Out of Woolwich, New Jersey, Reagan Roxas.
Well, we'll end it in the youth division as well. And, man, how great have the youth looked tonight, Jay?
They've been bringing the heat, and I'll tell you, Reagan Roxas out of Quintella, BJJ under Alex Quintella, coming off a submission victory last weekend in her super match. So she's active. She's ready to go. These youths are killing it tonight.
Yeah, I got to tell you what, the youth ladies are just murdering it tonight. If you were to look at, who the
Her
top
opponent
superstars
out of the
tonight
red
are.
corner, representing Team Tiano from Haddon Township, New Jersey, Lala Newton.
Eddie Torres's little prodigy, Layla Newton.
You see the little swag in her walk? You know, you know if Eddie Torres is walking behind you, you just automatically have to have a little swag in your walk.
I was picturing her in something more floral, right, though, being at Eddie's?
That's true. That's true. Eddie Torres, of course, will be fighting for the featherweight title in December in CFFC. But now he's coaching. Final prelim of the night, 4 minutes on the clock. And as you said, Punk, the ladies have been bringing it tonight. Let's see if they can do so here.
Inside tie for both ladies here. Again, only 4 minutes, so they're trying to get busy quick. And she's going to jump guard. Oh, right to the arm. Roxas, as she postured up here. Yeah, Newton very active from this guard here, looking for that arm, looking to posture up on either a bump or a Kimura. Good job of keeping the posture. Look at this, sitting up and just trying to grab that guillotine. Look at her, she's trying to grab arm in, no arm.
Doesn't exactly have the right angle on that, but she's trying. She's giving Roxas something to think about.
And even when she defends that, look at Newton immediately up to the elbow, up to the arm, like trying to sweep, trying to look for other submissions immediately. Trying to take that angle here, trying to get that elbow inside that shoulder line. And even when she loses that, immediately running the guard up high. Roxas has done a really good job of being preventative with stopping anything before it gets too dangerous. But again, from that top position, she's been under attack the entire time.
Non-stop action thus far, about 90 seconds in. Final prelim of the night, main card, UFC Fight Pass.
Would she get over? Didn't get over that shoulder. Now she gets around. Oh, she got the arm trapped. Oh, good job of Roxas by sticking that leg inside. Stuck her right leg inside and was able to kind of get the hips of Newton further away. Newton opens that guard up, trying to get that leg back over top of the arm again. She does spin on it this time. Roxas again, see how she brings that right leg inside. Immediately creates the space she needs, gets that elbow off the fulcrum.
You can tell she's a student of Eddie Torres, the way Layla Newton's constantly going for that.
Right? Oh, and she comes up. Roxas immediately sweeps right back. Trying to cut that knee through. I think this is a better position for Roxas, where she's not inside that closed guard of Newton, who is just attacking relentlessly. She'll come up, take top position again. Trying to cut through. Oh, look at this. Roxas almost caught.
Gosh, just so entertaining transition to transition.
It's nonstop.
Love to see it. No stalling whatsoever.
No, forward motion from top, forward motion from bottom. She got a deep Dvalishvili as Newton, and she's going to step up here, and Roxas will now look to sweep here. Now she kind of cut through. Good upper body control, right back to the feet. Good understanding too from the standing position.
Oh, nice.
Of Newton was kind of recognizing that, and then Roxas did a good job getting that foot to the hip for the sweep. Now trying to cut through again.
Just can't say enough. It's been nonstop activity. Just impressed by these youth.
40 seconds left to go.
Yeah, that was like 3.5 minutes of non-stop movement. Head and arm control from the bottom, and she'll move right to top position.
Final 30 seconds here for our final preliminary match. And they're not going to stop moving now.
Right? She's got the head. She's almost past here now. Look at Roxas. Immediately inverts, trying to sweep again.
Final seconds here of what has been relentless energy, relentless transitions from the start.
Top and bottom. These ladies haven't stopped attacking once. Wow. What a way to end it.
Great stuff there, Jay. Are we just thankful we don't have to judge this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thankful I don't have to judge this one.
But they brought it.
Yeah, they did. Let's see if Newton's early attacks.
She jumps guard right away. Layla Newton just on the attack. She was trying arm bars, as you see right there. Got a little bit of a triangle position, but this was her bread and butter. She kept trying to go for this guillotine. Thought she maybe had it a little bit out of position. And then the rest of this match was just these crazy scrambles. You see both fighters having their moments here. There's some sweeps. There's Dvalishvili attempts. Great action from top and bottom.
Great stuff. Let's take it over to Jason Lee to find out who walks away with the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by decision, out of the red corner, Layla Newton.
Jay, the right call?
I believe so. I think Layla came out on fire. She really was throwing. She pulled guard, but then immediately looking for the arm locks, guillotine, sweeps. Roxas did a good job defending everything throughout the whole match, but Layla came out on fire with them offensive sequences and just never stopped.
Unbelievable stuff. What a way to wrap up the prelims. It was a great night, and of course our main card still to come. Merab Dvalishvili versus Kevin Dantzler in the main event. Danielle Kelly versus Cathryn Millares in the co-main event. I'm telling you, both of those are going to be absolute fireworks, and just an absolutely loaded lineup full of MMA crossover, fantastic grapplers. It's going to be great action. Main card, UFC Fight Pass, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you there shortly. Make sure you signed up. Rock with us there. It'll be great stuff from start to finish. We'll see you in a bit.